Denise, the first segment you did was with Kentucky One Health, and that was something that was really inspirational.
Yeah, with Kentucky One Health, we do cover a lot of things that are medically, I would say, influenced. But this one really touched my heart because it made me think that one of the best gifts that you could ever give someone in life is when you give of yourself. So I don't want to ruin this. Let's just watch this segment. Welcome to another segment of Living Well with Kentucky One Health. And I am down here at the Jewish Hospital downtown for a very, I would say, a wonderful celebration. We're celebrating life, but life comes about in a different way. I want to introduce you to one of the major physicians here, surgeons, Dr. Victor Van Berkel. Dr. Van Berkel, welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you very much.
Could you explain to us your role here at the Jewish Hospital and when it comes to organ donation?
Sure. So I'm one of the thoracic surgeons here at Jewish Hospital, and I'm the director of the lung transplant program.
Organ donations have been around for a while. Could you just share why is it so important that we must help people to donate organs?
Sure. So there are a lot of different disease processes that can affect a variety of different organs, the kidneys, the liver, the heart, and the lungs, that there's no medical cure for. And so the only way for people with those diseases to get better is to get a transplant. And unfortunately, there are many, many more people that have these diseases that need transplants than there are organs that are available.
As I was going to ask, is it a greater need today than we used to hear? Is it due to technology or is it due to disease states that have expanded in a lot of areas?
So that's a great question, and it's a little bit of both. I would say that there are more diseases, at least within the lung transplant field, for example. There have been an increase in types of diseases that weren't present several years ago. But it's also that with us getting better at doing transplants and getting better at taking care of transplant patients, we're now able to offer it to a wider range of people than we used to be able to.
So we have a lot of organs in our body. Which are the organs that, can be used for donation and to be transplanted then?
Sure. So the major ones are the heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidneys, the pancreas, and even the small bowel. And then also tissue and eyes can actually be donated as well.
When I think about this precious gift that is giving to other, human beings, is it always just from patients who, are deceased, or is there such a thing called living donations from living, individuals?
Sure. So there's a very specific subset of patients that can do living donations. Predominantly, it's for kidneys. So obviously, you have 2 kidneys, and most people can get by with 1 kidney without too much difficulty. And so there are circumstances where a living person can donate one of their kidneys to someone who needs it. For a heart, obviously, that won't work. And for lungs, that's something that is done only very rarely.
The importance of organ donation, we heard it from the aspect of the surgeon, but now I want to take a deeper look and peel back another layer and introduce you to a mother whose son gave an incredible life, a gift that's far beyond measure. Her name is Hope Vows, and Hope, welcome to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me today.
You spoke so courageously, you spoke so eloquently, but your son, I was amazed because when I think of organ donors, I think of people a little bit older, and your son was so young. Share a little bit about how he became an organ donor and then how ultimately he gave his gift.
Josiah was 22 when he passed away, although when we found his driver's license, which was after we got home and went through his belongings, he actually checked that he was an organ donor at the age of 16, although it was revealed to us while he was in the hospital. When they brought us in the room, then Janet, which is one of the organ donor coordinators, she brought us in and told us that we didn't have to make that decision because it was made for us because he had already signed the paperwork, which was such a relief, which I encourage all people to make that decision so their family does not have to make that decision for them, because when you're in a situation such as that, it's very hard and not everybody agrees on that decision. And so he was 16 and he had made that decision already when he got his first driver's license.
How were his organs used to further life for others?
Josiah gave not only his organs, but his tissues, his eyes, the ultimate gift. I mean, it just didn't stop with organs. I don't think that everybody is aware of what all that they can do. I think we all just kind of stop at organ, but they can use cornea, they can use tissues, they can use skin. It's kind of like we don't want to talk about that because, but it needs to be talked about because we have burn victims that can use for skin grafts, and they still can do funerals. I mean, we chose to cremate Josiah, but Josiah was just very athletic. He was very, very giving, and so there was no, we knew what Josiah wanted. We knew that he wanted to give that ultimate gift. There was just absolutely no question. He wanted to help as many people that he could help. I mean, when we had his memorial service, we could not fit the amount of people that were there into the church because that's just who he was.
Really a great piece, and I think it's pretty remarkable. He was a remarkable young man because in his early teen years, he knew that if in the event something tragic happened to him, that he wanted to help that next person coming along.
Yeah, he signed up to be a donor, in his teen years, and then right in his early 20s, actually he became a donor, which really helped his family. She said, well, he knew exactly, and then discovering his journal, and he was just an incredible, remarkable young man. And usually those are the type of people that life seems to end so early, but he left an endless amount of gifts to continue to help other lives.
You are correct. And we'll take another break and back with more of Urban Lifestyles right after this.